The Web Warriors are almost here in Marvel Strike Force, coming very, very soon. Build as the new Bio Raid solution, but are they better than the current Bio Raid solution that we have in Marvel Strike Force right now with the Symbiotes? That's what we're discussing in this video, guys. Which should you be investing in, the new Web Warriors team or the current Symbiote team? So without further ado, let's go in the game and talk about the Symbiotes right now, what they offer. Then we'll talk about the Web Warriors, what they offer instead, and what kind of content they'll be needing for. Are they required for the next legendary? We're gonna discuss that in just a little bit, but let's talk about the Symbiotes right here. And what I think about with the Symbiotes is obviously all their turn meter that they're gaining with the passives of Carnage, the passive of Scream, Carnage giving them that 30% turn meter, which is a lot, which is more than normal Peter Parker Spider-Man will offer with his passive. So we'll have to see what these other two characters in this Web Warrior team will offer, if that's going to offset all the speed that they're losing from that Carnage passive. But you're also getting a speed up every time an enemy dies with that Scream passive. So you're still getting that with a Miles passive. So speed, you're losing a little bit with the Web Warriors because of their two passive. Now there's damage. They do damage in two different ways. The Symbiotes, they do a lot of damage, but a lot of it is from bleeds. And it's a double-edged sword with that. Now, the good thing about that is because of that that Carnage passive, what's gonna happen when all the bleeds going to affect, if that enemy drops below 25% health, putting him into the red, then you're gonna get a lot of speed. The downside of that, or the good thing of that, you don't need to take a turn for all that speed to happen. If all those bleeds go off at once and the enemy drops into that red, then you're getting a lot of speed. The enemies don't even take a turn and you're getting a lot of turn meter. And yeah, if everything goes well with the Symbiotes, the enemies aren't even taking a turn. The downside of that is that the enemies do need to take a turn for those bleeds. So there's a little bit of a delay from when you actually apply the bleeds for when you're actually getting the damage done to the character. So it's a double-edged sword. There's good and bad from the bleeds, but that is pretty much what the Symbiotes are based off. A lot of the damage from the bleeds and their negative effects. You could spread negative effects with the Symbiotes right now. You could spread it with the Venom Ultimate. You could spread it with the Carnage Basic. And yeah, that's kind of what this team relies on. You got the turn meter gain that we talked about. You also have a revive from Anti-Venom. That's pretty much the sustainability. In case you have something go horribly wrong in the raids, that revive from Anti-Venom saves this team so that you're not having to use that refreshes every time you go to a node. The sustain. You're getting a lot of sustain. Mainly, most of that sustain is from the Symbiote Spider-Man passive. He gives a little bit of healing. He gives 100% drain, so you're getting that healing with Symbiote Spider-Man. You're also getting a cleanse. You can remove some negative effects from your allies with the passive of Anti-Venom. You got an ability block from Venom, which is very, very important, especially if you're on a raid node that has Doom. That ability block is very, very important. Although, you kind of want to keep Doom alive if you're running the Symbiotes because you want to kill a lot of the Doom bots. And then you got the buff flips with Venom. You got some buff removal as well with the basic of Scream, but that's pretty much it. Let's go take a look at what we know so far about this Web Warriors. Obviously, there's two characters missing. I think they're going to be Spider-Punk based on the rumors and Scarlet Spider-Man. We don't know their kits. We don't know what they're going to offer to this team. Let's take a look at what we know so far about this team, what we know exactly. So spider-gwen, she's gonna have that bio tag. She's gonna have that Spider-Verse, that new Web Warrior tag. Now, the damage from the Web Warriors is mainly gonna be based on their kit, which means that you're gonna get the damage right away. Now, the turn meter that you're getting for the Web Warriors is coming from a little different. You need to get attack. So I'm not sure what Spider-Punk Scarlet Spider-Man is gonna offer, but yeah, you need enemies to take a turn for this team to work. You're getting turn meter every time that these Web Warriors dodge. Now you might be getting additional turn meter from some other things. We don't know who the other two, or we don't know what the other two characters' kits are gonna be. But right now, the turn meter, the advantage has to go with the Symbiotes because you're getting that 30% from Carnage and you're getting that speed up from Scream. All right, the damage with the kits, that damage is immediately available, which is a good thing based on what we're seeing with all these dodges and all these evades from these web warriors. You may not need to have those bleeds. So damage with the kit, I think, is proper. We will have to, I mean, it's a good thing for this team. We'll have to do some testing and see if this is a better thing, but just based on what we see on paper, I think that the damage based on their kit and not based on the next turn's bleeds is a good thing. We also have that ability energy on spawn that the symbiotes don't have, which means that you're not gonna have to watch your cooldowns as much, because as we see with this passive here, on spawn, if this character has 4 or more web warrior allies, generate 2 billion energy for 5 random web warrior allies or self that were not at full energy. And I like this, reminiscent of that death pool passive that you're not going to top off or give energy to somebody that's already topped off. You're going to give that to other allies that are not topped off. At least that's how I'm interpreting this. How it may work in the game could be totally different, but that's how I'm thinking this is going to work. Counterattacks, you get some counterattacks with this passive of Spider-Gwen as well. That's something that the symbiotes don't offer unless you stun an enemy and copy the opposite effect with anti-venom. Yeah, so that's a good thing as well, spreading the negative effects. Now you have that from Carnage and Scream, or you have that from Carnage and Venom, excuse me, but you're getting that with a big ultimate, kind of like Hela for Spider-Gwen. So Spider-Gwen is offering a lot of things that the symbiotes don't have just on her kit. But like I said, we have the turn meter gain from this Spider-Man passive and the Miles passive. So on self or web warrior ally dodge, you're gonna get speed up to that character, very similar to the Scream passive. And then when we go down to the Spider-Man passive on, on web warrior, on ally web warrior dodge, fill the speed bar of that character by 10%. So you're getting the speed. It's not as good as that 30%, but maybe you're getting a lot of dodges. You're getting some evades from these characters, so that may be enough for all the sustain on these characters. All right, what else do we have? Spreading of positive effects. The Spider-Man passive could spread positive effects as well. In raids, when a negative effect is applied to an enemy, you're gonna apply a random positive effect from the list to all web warrior allies. So a lot of defense ups, a lot of offense ups, speed ups, deflects, especially if they're applying a lot of negative effects. You're having a lot of sustain, or you're decreasing the damage that you're taking with this defense up by 50%. You're increasing the damage that you're doing by 50% with this offense up. You're increasing your speed with this speed up as well, which they may already have with the passive of Miles Morales, and then deflects. So decent stuff there with that. Ability block, that's going to be very, very important. Now, the only ability block that we have in these 3 characters kits, hopefully we get an ability block in one of the other 2 characters, but the only ability block that we have is on this special of Spider-Gwen. It's a 4 out of 4 turn cooldown, so you're going to need to save this special if you're encountering Doom or someone there. But it's only on crit, applying ability block. Now, you do have 60% crit chance with this move. If you put the Raider on that could increase that more to almost guarantee this ability block. But if you're not using that Raider class on Spider-Gwen, then it may not be a full guaranteed ability block. And with Miles Morales, you're also getting some turn meter removal. You're getting a disrupted added to enemies that the symbiotes don't really offer. So Miles could be the key to this whole, or it could be a very important part of this team. If you look, he got a buff to his damage, 72% damage. And if we go and look at his kit right now, his special is very, very good. It's a 4 turn cooldown, but you're attacking the primary target, you're reducing the speed bar by 50%, you're applying slow, prolonging all negative effects by 1, so you're kind of getting what you lost with Symbiote Spider-Man's special there, with the Venom special there. So you're removing turn meter, and then you also have a disrupted with his ultimate as well, so applying disrupted to 2 additional targets, also applying it to the primary target. A lot of focus, so you're probably landing this even on a high resistance target. But let's talk about what's missing from these web warriors right now, because there's no revive. Anti-Venom has a revive. If you screw up in the raids, you make a mistake, you get some bad RNG, you get that ability to come back to life. We don't have that in their kits right now. There's also very little sustain on this web warrior team. There's not a lot of drain. Spider-Man has it for himself, but we don't have it for the entire team. We also don't have a heal anywhere in the team. So hopefully Spider-Punk, Scarlet, Spider-Man will offer that kind of thing. And we don't have a cleanse. We don't really have a way to remove these negative effects off of our team, off of the Web Warriors. So those are the things that they're missing right now. And hopefully these holes will be cleared up by the other two characters. But let's talk about what to do with these symbiotes if you already have them built. And I think what I'm going to recommend is what I'm going to do. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to collect as many shards as possible. I'm probably going to buy the offers and go hard on the events for Spider-Gwen and whoever these two other characters are. So that's what I'm going to do. Probably not going to build them too much. I'm going to pull the red stars. I'm going to collect the shards. Probably going to wait until I can invest enough in them to get them stronger than the symbiotes. As you can see, my symbiotes are pretty beefy. Now, if you don't have the symbiotes, you haven't fully invested in them yet, and you're trying to get through the bio, you probably can potentially shift to these Web Warriors. Spider-Man, very, very easy to get for early game players. Miles Morales, sort of easy to get. But yeah, if we look at some of these other teams, the Secret Avengers, the New Warriors, even at 5 stars, they were very, very viable. So farmability, if you're able to get them to 5 stars on their initial release, this may be a team that you should, or the Web Warriors, not the symbiotes here, but the Web Warriors, probably a team that you should be investing in, because even at 5 stars, they're going to be viable. They're going to be better probably than the symbiotes. So a 5-star fully built Web Warriors, probably going to be better than a 7-star fully built symbiotes, probably. But we'll have to see the last 2 kits for that. Now, what content are the Web Warriors needed for that these guys, these symbiotes can't already do? Well, let's start with the big elephant in the room. Doom 1. Doom 1 was very difficult for these symbiotes. And I think the reason that we got this bio solution before we got the tech solution is that the devs were hearing how tough bio was in Doom 1. Well, we got Doom 2. Everybody said, oh, the symbiotes are cool. We don't need another bio solution. We need a tech solution. But as we know, they take a while to develop these characters, release them, and I think this is just a solution from a problem that we had way back in Doom 1. So Web Warriors, I think they're going to be better than the symbiotes in Doom 1. Doom 2, the symbiotes pretty much have it tackled. They can do that. Now, they might be needed for the future raid. We have Doom 2.1, 2.2, 2.3. Maybe 2.4 is a little harder, and we'll need the Web Warriors because the symbiotes can't cut it. 2.5, maybe Doom 3. Also, Dark Dimension 3. One of the big problems with the symbiotes in the Dark Dimension is all of them take alien spores. If we have some options that we possibly can combine some symbiotes, possibly combine some Web Warriors, that could be a very good thing, giving people other options for the city sections, although I think Cloak and Dagger are very good for the city sections. And then the legendary unlock. Let's go to this image right here and talk about if they are a legendary unlock. So we had Sharon, as we can see scrolling right on the top there, Sharon Carter, Captain Sam, Maria Hill. Those were the last characters that were released that were required for the Omega Red legendary unlock. We've had a few teams since then. We've had Shang-Chi round out those dirty, evil, disgusting heroes for hire. We've had the New Warriors completed. We've had the Weapon X that counters the heroes for hire. We've had Eternals. So now, and then we have this magic that is coming, I guess the first character in the patch. But then we having these Web Warriors released in December. My prediction, just based on how long they take between legendary events, probably going to get the next legendary character, whoever it is, around February, March. So the timing would fit. So I would recommend getting as many gold stars as possible. If you're someone that spends money on these characters on this game, then that's probably, this is probably a team that you want to get. Maybe not for Doom 2, but if you're struggling in Doom 1 or you're worried about future content, it's probably a team that you want to get. So yeah, I'd get all of the stuff, and even if get all the shards that you can for these characters, because they could be a legendary unlock. Even if they're not a legendary unlock, they're going to be an awesome, awesome raid team. And hopefully this kits for Spider-Punk, Scarlet, Spider-Man round out the holes that this team has right now. That is it, guys. Let me know your thoughts. Are you going to go symbiotes? Are you going to go Web Warriors? Are you going to do what I'm going to do and just get a lot of shards, get a lot of gold stars for these characters, hopefully get red stars, and invest the gear, invest the training mats, the levels later? Or are you going to go right away, go hard in this team? Let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know how hyped you are for Spider-Gwen, and if you think the rumors of Scarlet Spider-Man, Spider-Punk are true, or if there are other characters. I will see you guys next time. We got a news video with Reminex tomorrow, so make sure you are subscribed to the channel so you can check that out and join the notification squad, guys. Ring the bell so that you can get notified as soon as that video is up. And we're gonna be live streaming tomorrow with the Valley Club in the morning, guys. That is every weekday morning on Twitch, so hopefully I'll see you there. And yeah, have a great rest of your day, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Share it with your friends if it was helpful for you, if it helped you consider some options with the symbiotes and the web warriors. I will see you guys next time, though. Check out some of the links down below that support the channel. Amazon coins, guys. Awesome way to save up to 20% on your purchases. Give me that Hulk fist bump. ValleyFlyin out. Have a great day. Have a great week. And yeah, let's go smash it, baby.